Welcome to The Explainer. Look, today we are cutting right through all that get-rich-quick hype. We're going to break down millionaire Mark Tilbury's raw 7-day experiment where he built a passive income machine literally from scratch. If you're a beginner interested in setting up a passive income stream, think of this as your practical, no-nonsense tutorial. We're going to dive into the exact steps, the tools, and the real numbers involved in spinning up a digital storefront today. Now, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You've definitely seen those wild, almost unbelievable claims online. People bragging that they use AI to make thousands of dollars a week with absolutely zero effort. But is it really that easy? Well, we are going to treat Mark's recent 7-day challenge as a practical case study to see exactly what happens when artificial intelligence truly takes the wheel. So here is our step-by-step blueprint. We'll set the rules with a passive income test, find a profitable niche, build the AI store, source and optimize products, create ads using AI, and finally, reveal those raw results. Okay, Section 1, the passive income test. To kick off our tutorial, we really need to set the ground rules and understand exactly what kind of business we're actually building here. At its core, we're building a dropshipping business. If you aren't familiar, this essentially means you focus entirely on the storefront and the marketing. When a customer buys something from you, a third-party supplier handles all the heavy lifting. They deal with the inventory, the packing, and shipping the product directly to your customer. Honestly, it's the ultimate low-barrier entry point for passive income. Now here's the kicker. The parameters Mark set for this challenge are absolutely fascinating. By forcing AI to do the work on a shoestring budget of just $250, we get a highly realistic look at what a beginner can actually pull off without risking thousands of dollars. The big goal? Reach $1,000 in profit using mostly free trials and super low-cost subscriptions. Moving on to Section 2, finding a profitable niche. You see, the absolute biggest mistake beginners make is trying to sell everything to everyone. You absolutely need focus. The crucial point here is that you don't just guess what people want. You use a methodical approach. Mark used something called the dummy scroll method. You basically open a fresh Instagram account, start scrolling, and engage exclusively with dropshipping ads. This trains the algorithm to just feed you more products that are actively selling. After about an hour of compiling a list of these trending products, Mark simply handed all that raw data over to ChatGPT and asked it to spot the overarching niche. And guess what? After analyzing all those trending products, the AI definitively pointed to the pet niche. Which makes total sense, right? It's a massive market with intensely passionate buyers, giving our brand new business the laser focus it needs to move forward. Section 3, building the AI store. With our pet niche officially locked in, it was time to construct the actual digital storefront where customers would be shopping. Now check this out, because a few years ago, this step alone would have cost you days of work and thousands of dollars. Mark utilized an automated tool called Build Your Store, connected to a promotional $1 a month Shopify trial. The AI laid out the entire website with clean banners featuring dogs and cats. He then used ChatGPT to brainstorm a catchy, available domain name, landing on thrivingpaws.store. For the visual identity, an AI image generator called Nano Banana whipped up a professional logo in literally seconds. You are entirely bypassing the traditional expensive web development phase here. Section 4, sourcing and optimizing products. Because obviously your store is useless if you don't have great items to sell. Let's see how AI handled this critical step. Mark connected his Shopify site to an app called AutoDS, and to protect that tiny $250 budget, he just used their 99-cent trial. By using their AI-driven trending products filter, he immediately found items that were already proven to sell for other merchants. Here is a fantastic insider tip, though. He smartly avoided perishables like pet food to completely sidestep any shipping nightmares. Instead, he imported items like a dog paw cleaner, an interactive ball toy, and an AirTag dog collar directly into his store's drafts. If you've ever imported directly from a supplier, you know the text is usually pure garbage. Like a title reading New Year 2026 for a dog toy, that makes zero sense. But using the bulk AI rewrite feature within the platform, Mark instantly scrubbed away all that confusing jargon. The AI completely transformed these messy drafts into clean, trustworthy, ready-to-sell listings with optimized descriptions and clear pricing margins. It's a total game changer. Okay, huge reality check here for any beginner. AI literally cannot touch and feel physical quality. Mark wisely ordered samples of his products to make sure he wasn't selling junk. And man, it's a good thing he did. That interactive toy, It felt incredibly cheap and unpredictable, so he completely scrapped it. But the dog paw cleaner was quiet, powerful, and genuinely high quality. It instantly became the store's hero product. Ordering samples is a vital human step you absolutely must never skip.
Section 5. Creating ads with AI. We've got a beautiful store and vetted products, but if no one actually visits the site, you don't make a dime. Time to generate some traffic.
To run effective ads on platforms like Meta right now, you really need UGC, that's user-generated content. These aren't those slick, high-budget corporate commercials. They are authentic, amateur-style videos that look like a real customer just recorded them on their phone. It builds instant trust. But usually, getting this means paying pretty expensive influencers to film the content for you. Sticking strictly to the rules, though, Mark used an AI tool called Create UGC on a free trial. He just pasted in his product links, and the AI generated these incredibly realistic digital avatars to act as customers reviewing the products. Now, it wasn't perfect out of the gate. For the dog collar, the AI bizarrely fixated on its water resistance instead of the actual main selling point, which was that it held an Apple AirTag. So Mark did have to step in with a slight human touch to correct the script. Once those videos were dialed in, he launched them on Meta with a super modest $20 daily ad budget. Section 6. The raw results. After running the ads and letting the store sit for the rest of the 7-day challenge, the timer ran out. So let's look at the climax of our tutorial to see exactly how this panned out. Let's break down the raw, unfiltered math here. The store brought in a gross revenue of $424.41. Now, subtract the $169.85 it costs to pay the supplier for the goods and the shipping, subtract the $150 spent on Meta ads, and subtract that single dollar for the Shopify fee. That leaves the business with a true net profit of $81.56. So, okay, he didn't hit that really ambitious $1,000 goal in just 1 week, but he definitively proved the concept works. This is a highly realistic, grounded victory for a beginner. And looking under the hood at the actual sales data is fascinating. Those AirTag collar ads, they completely flopped and had to be turned off. But the store successfully sold 17 of those high-quality dog paw cleaners. On top of that, the store's design and flow were good enough that one customer actually stuck around to cross-buy a pet magic broom. The whole system absolutely functions as a solid foundational proof of concept.
Mark really hit the nail on the head when he wrapped this up. He pointed out that AI makes setting up the entire infrastructure of passive income incredibly fast, cheap, and accessible. It did almost all the heavy lifting for literally just a few dollars. But scaling it up from $80 a week to $1,000 a month, that still requires human optimization. You have to tweak the ads, test new hooks, and honestly, just have a little bit of patience. So now that you have this beginner's blueprint to build a digital storefront from absolute scratch using mostly free AI tools, I want to leave you with a thought. If you were to start your very own 7-day challenge tomorrow, what passion, hobby, or problem would you turn into your first digital business? The barriers to entry have literally never been lower. The tools are right there waiting. The only real question is, what are you going to build?